Hello, my name is Master Musa. I'm with the African American Economic Recovery Think Tank in Jacksonville, Florida. I wanted to reach out to the African American community. Today, I was in a couple of chat rooms on Fanbase. I'm reaching out to every African American to check out Fanbase. I'm gonna recommend do not go to the chat site, the chat location. Do not go to chat. Don't get involved with the chat. There's other things that you can check out on Fanbase. Very important, people. My main conversation at this present time here is the ignorance. Let me say it again. The ignorance in the African American community. It's deep, people. It's deeper than I thought. After being on a few of the sites, excuse me a second, the few of the sites, when I'm talking about don't be playing, because I got so much on my mind here. The chat site. People, don't go there. There's a lot of other great opportunities, information on Fanbase. See, because sometimes quite a few people go to the chat and they get turned off, and it does not represent Fanbase. It does not represent Fanbase completely. It's probably 10% of what's going on. 10% of what's going on with Fanbase. So it's very important, people. Check out the whole site. There's like I said, great opportunities to get your word out, and to be able to do a lot of great things as far as helping yourself, your family, and your community. And it's very important, people. I'm asking my people, don't go to the chats. Right now they are discombobulated. Most of them have no value, bring no value proposition to the table. Let me say again, whether it be personal or business, it brings no value. Now, I can say that, being a master researcher with the African American Economic Recovery Think Tank, I have checked out over 1,000 of sites, social media sites. And when it comes to the African American community, especially in them chat rooms, they are counterproductive. Let me say it again. They are counterproductive. There's many things, as I said before, that you can check out on Fanbase. Fanbase is the future. Let me say it again. Fanbase is the future. Long you cut off the chat. Or if you go to the chat, make sure that's the last thing. Check out all the other opportunities on Fanbase before you go to the chat, or you sign up for a chat, or get involved in the chat, because there's a lot of, as I said before, a lot of discombobulated people that are giving their opinion. They're not subject matter experts. One thing you have to be aware of with the chat, these people who you don't know are giving their opinion about stuff they don't know. They're just giving their opinion. And our research showed that 95% of them don't know what the crap they're talking about. 99% of them. And they are clickage, meaning that they select their friends. They want to hear from their friends, people that know them. They are not interested in intelligent conversation. where we can share information with each other and empower each other. They want to control the narrative in the conversation. In most of these chat rooms, they want to control the narrative. Yes, whoever created the chat, yes, whoever created and a moderator control the narrative. Yes, and then if you're not satisfying their needs, let me say it again, if they're not satisfying their needs, they want to cut you off. They want to interrupt you. They don't never let you complete what you are saying because of the mission. The misguided mission. So I'm saying here, fan base is outstanding. It's the future. But I'm going to ask you, do not go to the chat line. Don't mess with chat. Now, let me say this too. There are good people on the chat. But most of them, yes, most of them are up in age and they're giving their opinion. And the reason why I say that here, because when we talk about for the last 50 years in the African American community, say from 1980 up to the present, there have been a lot of bad things that have happened to our people, African people. A lot of negative things have impacted our people. Let me say it again. A lot of negative things has impacted our community. That's what you see today. Yes, that's what you see today. And it's a reason for that. And it's not, as I said before, it's not against the women, it's not against the men, but we have a problem. We have a problem. We done been through, like I say, we've been through 6-7 revolutions in America during the same time where we fighting for America overseas. Now, let's talk about Vietnam. We go to Vietnam. We go to welfare. We go to the feminine, misguided feminine movement. We come to 3 drug wars, dealing with cocaine. We dealing with crack. We dealing with medical malpractice that's been going on from day one. Medical malpractice on African people. They have a system set up. You go to and get some health care. They experiment on you, especially if you're African American. We'll talk about that later. But then we got the school to prison pipeline. We went through that too. We still going through that. Then we have to also deal with the homosexuality. We have to deal with that, people. That's part of our life. See, because when I was coming up, everybody had their lane. Everybody had their lane. They stayed in their lane. Everybody stayed in their lane. They had their events. They did their thing and kept it as private. But today, it's all in the same room. And I'm talking about in Atlanta. I spent 2 years in Atlanta, 2012 to 2014, doing research concerning African American, because my concern was at that time to find out why we are not taking advantage of what Maynard Jackson helped create in Atlanta and not able to spread that around the country. So we spent 2 years up there, the African American Economic Recovery Think Tank, and most of the time we was once a week we met with pastors. Yes, every week, and they was about as ignorant as all outdoors, with the amount of wealth coming through their hands. Most of the pastors up there in Atlanta are ignorant. Then you have a few mega pastors up there. Some got jet planes. Just imagine when you talk about Atlanta itself, the city is a small place. Atlanta is small. Now the metro, when you bring them all the counties and everything together, which more people don't really think about. See, they just say Atlanta. They don't have no idea what's really going on in Atlanta. Especially when it comes to credit in Atlanta. Yes, they just talk about credit because see, Atlanta have 5 income levels. A lot of people don't know. Most cities have 2 or 3. Atlanta have 5. They have billionaires. Not just 1 or 2. They got quite a few billionaires. They got $1 billion companies, corporations in Atlanta. But in Atlanta, you have to also be aware that African Americans don't work together in a large scale. Yeah, there's non-profits in Atlanta, and some of them might receipts, the gross receipts, $1 million. Yes. But when you really look at the numbers, then you see the distance, the gap. I don't normally like to talk about that, the gap. When we're talking about the net worth, income, and all that, because that information is available to you. But my people, the African people, I'm talking about these days and time, are not readers. They just give their opinion. A lot of time it's just some hearsay that they hear from somebody else and they just pass it along. And they just hurt the community. That's why I'm reaching out to the fan base here to ask them, they need to cut the chat off. Or just put it on the weekend. Because there's tons of good information out there that's not being spread out to the community, that will empower the community. And I know that for a fact. Yes, I'm not giving my opinion. The issue that's taking place these days and time since 1980 in the African American community is ignorance. The miseducation of the Negro has finally become home. Carter G. Woodson wrote the book in 1932. The miseducation. Senator Monahan talked about that in the 60s, along with other African Americans, writers. Talked about this ain't nothing new. This is not something that I come up with. It's not. It's there are books out there that talk about that. Even Maya Angelou in 1993 wrote about that in Aberdeen magazine. He wrote about the division in the African American community. That's right. Mary McLeod Bethune, who created a college in Daytona Beach for African Americans, talked about that. There have been numerous African Americans, Africans in America, who have talked about our situation. We was warned about our situation. But we continue with that prosperity preaching in the 80s up to now, where faith-based maggot pastors was getting the money, using the sisters, and separating, dividing the brothers. Yes, there's a lot of things happened to the African American male during that time. As I said before, The brothers come out of Vietnam, then they come to a new woman, new type of woman with the feminine movement. Not all of them, but a lot of the women who was into the feminine movement were educated. Part of the bougie sororities. Yes, I mean, anybody can look this information up. Check for yourself. It's not nothing that we are talking about for the think tank. We non-partisan, and we are not against women or men's. We just put out the facts. We deal with the facts, not our opinion. What we have here that's taking place, we are in a burning house, and we going deeper into the burning house. That means we are regressing as a people. Now we at about 53 cents on the dollar compared to a Caucasian with a high school diploma. Not college degree, but a high school diploma. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody. Now, we got Claude Anderson and Buzz Watkins. They talk about it all the time. You also have Roland Martin. You know, I heard somebody I was talking to them about, and I brought up Roland Martin, and they first thing come out their mouth talking about they don't like Roland Martin. Huh? What the crap are you talking about? I know for a fact that Roland Martin, not that I agree with, I cannot say that I know anybody that I agree with 100%. And I've been quite a few places, and I ain't talking about in no ghetto. Yes, I didn't come up that way, because often you have, especially in the chat side, the African American come in there and talk about their pain, their lifelong pain. Well, I didn't come up that way. I come up with a family the way we travel, vacation. Yes, we go many places, and we continue to do that. It ain't something I started when I was young. I've been doing it all my life, and with pictures to show it. But we got a serious problem right now when it comes to overall, collectively, in the African American community, we have lost our way. And I'm holding, when it comes to the reason why we have lost our way, is because our elected officials and the mega pastors, brothers and sisters who, well, I'm gonna say sisters, most of them run the non-profit. All they want is the money. It's all about the money with them. That's all. It's all about the money, people. And like I said, I have the data. Once again, I'm reaching out to my people to understand we have a problem. I'm talking about all of us, not just a few of us. Now, we have quite a few African Americans that are doing good. There have always been African in America doing good. Even during slavery, before slavery, after slavery, there have always been African American. And I'm talking about African American millionaires in the early 1900s. In the South, people. You heard what I'm saying? Not in the North, I'm talking about in the South. So, people, we've been miseducated by our own people. We have been miseducated by our own people. Let me say it again. We have been miseducated by our own people. Now, Carla D. Woodson, my mentor, tried to warn my people that what was coming. But we allow politicians after 1960, politicians and mega pastors to misguide us. And look at our condition now. Look at our condition, our broken homes, broken communities, broken neighborhoods. And what's sad about it, Nobody's saying nothing. And when I say there's a few people out talking, yes, talking good stuff too. Cause I'm saying, my brother Roland Martin has put out some good information. That's right. Boris Walken, Claude Anderson, Steve Perry. Yes, just a few. And I got my herbalist, Dr. Yaki, who it worked. Everything I have learned from him, it worked and helped my body. Yes. Make it possible so I can have a good life by changing my diet. But the most important thing, oh, by the way, let me get there. I got A. Philip Randolph shirt, custom design shirt, A. Philip Randolph. Now look him up, people. I need you to look him up. A. Philip Randolph, one of the greatest organizers that ever lived in America, from the Pullman Railroad and the March on Washington. Yes, him and Bayard Ruskin organized the March on Washington. But pull him up. He right here. He was spent most of his time here in Jacksonville, Florida. A. Philip Randolph. Look it up. A. Philip Randolph. But as I reach out to my people, we got a serious problem here. And if we don't change our condition, in the next 10 years, we doomed. We are doomed, people. We won't be able to recover because the young folks that's coming behind us don't have a clue. And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about 5 or 10% of them are doing pretty good. But the majority of them don't know if they coming or going. And they going deeper into the burning house. So, people, reach out. I'd be happy to send you information. I have the data from the Mayflower up to present. I have the data, and it's free. Just reach out to the African American Economic Recovery Think Tank. Just Google that. All the information come up, and just reach out, and I'll send it to you for free. But you can go on Facebook. You'll see it on Facebook on the African American Economic Recovery Forum. That's FORUM. And go to the tab. Let me say it again. Go to the tab, and you'll see, and go down the files. You see all kind of files. I'm posting for files all the time in the area. And look up 40 Acres in the Mural. That's the research. 14 years of research with all kind of information in there. So, as I said before, if it is to be, it's up to us. Nobody's coming to save us. And that includes Jesus too. Because last time I checked, Jesus said, step out. God said, step out. Moses said, step out. Elijah Muhammad said, step out. Everybody says the same thing. But we fail to implement. For example, when it comes to Kwanzaa, whether you like the founder of Kwanzaa or not, it doesn't matter. As I say many times, we are the only people that kill a messenger before we get the message. Read the message. Called Kwanzaa is talking about life skills that you can implement in your family. When it comes to Elijah Muhammad, you don't need to be a Muslim for his teaching and principles. It's solid. Use those two. Yes. And come up. That's what we need to do, people. All other stuff. But I'm going to say this to my people in closing. At this present time, I'm recommending to all my people, get off them chats. It's a lot of ignorance. And people talking about things they don't have no idea what they're talking about. I know that for a fact. I don't been in the check and listen to them. They have no idea what's going on. And they bring nothing to the table but they folly. And that's bullshit. That's right. That's bullshit. They bring their folly to the table. And most of the time, it's covert. It's covert pain, their own personal pain that they bring to the room. Yes. So, once again, I'm reaching out. Much love and respect. I'm looking forward to us doing some great things this summer, regardless of who in power. When it comes talking to politics, this is not anything new. There's been many past presidents, that have mistreated this country, African American, and other nationalities. Now, what's taking place today in the African American community is self-inflicted, because there are laws on the books that we are not applying. We're not civic engaged in the community. I'm not talking about all of us. If we had 10% of us civic engaged in our community, it would make an impact. And I know this for a fact. So, continue to enjoy yourself. Like I say, we're going to be doing some great things this summer. We're going to have some events, especially here in Jacksonville, Florida, but all over the country. So, stay strong. Continue to reach out. Keep an open mind. Don't be so quick to talk. Listen. Stop all that talking. Listen for a change. And then we can all come up. Once again, Master Musa.